This is the WiMiUS P62 Pro, and I've been using it as my everyday movie and TV projector. From my experience, the setup is the biggest surprise. I powered it on, and within seconds it handled autofocus and auto keystone by itself. If you're new to projectors, that just means it sharpens the picture and squares it to your wall without you fiddling with manual controls. It even does obstacle avoidance and screen alignment. I tested that against a wall with some frames and it shifted the image to fit the open space. Not having to move the projector or dive into menu after menu is a relief. Key features that stood out for me start with the built-in smart system. It has official apps for Netflix, Prime Video, and YouTube, and that matters. With a lot of budget projectors, DRM can cause black screens or weird errors on Netflix unless you use a separate streaming stick. Here I signed in, hit play, and it worked like a normal TV app. In my opinion, that alone makes the experience far smoother. OTA updates have rolled in during my time with it, and the App Store and built-in browser are simple to use. It's not trying to do too much, it just gets your shows going quickly. On picture quality, you're looking at native 1080p with support for 4K input and HDR10. To explain that in simple terms, it accepts a 4K video, but it displays at 1080p resolution. You still benefit because many 4K streams have higher bit rates, so even downscaled they can look cleaner than some 1080p streams. With 800 ANSI lumens, the image is bright for a compact home projector. I've had good results in a dim room and great results in a dark room. In a bright living room with sunlight pouring in, the contrast drops and the colors look washed. That's normal at this brightness level. HDR10 adds a touch of extra pop to highlights and improves perceived contrast, especially in moody shows and movies. From my experience, sharpness across the center is crisp. If you really push the 50 to 100% zoom to fit a tight space or go off axis too much, I can see a hint of softness at the extreme corners. It's common with single LCD optics at this size and price, and not a deal breaker for me. If you're picky about corner-to-corner uniformity, keep your placement as straight as possible and use minimal digital zoom for the best clarity. Color looks punchy out of the box. I nudged saturation down slightly for skin tones, but most folks will be happy with the default image. I was pleasantly surprised by the sound. The dual hi-fi speakers with Dolby audio are louder and cleaner than what I usually expect in this category. Dialogue stays clear and there's enough body for casual viewing. For bigger nights, I connected a soundbar over HDMI ARC. If you're new to ARC, it's a feature that lets the projector send audio back to your soundbar through the same HDMI cable, nice and clean with fewer cables. CEC control worked with my setup, so power and volume commands were convenient. Bluetooth 5.2 is two-way, which I like. I've used it as a Bluetooth speaker for music, and I've also paired headphones for late-night viewing. Latency over Bluetooth was manageable for TV and movies. For gaming, I still prefer HDMI audio. Connectivity is solid. There are two HDMI ports, two USB ports for media and power, a 3.5mm audio out, and Wi-Fi 6 for fast wireless connections. AirPlay from my iPhone and Miracast from an Android device both worked well on my mesh network. For long streaming sessions, I prefer the native apps or an HDMI device. Wireless mirroring is great for quick shares and casual clips, but direct apps feel more stable for full movies. On performance and noise, the P62 Pro runs quietly for me in its standard brightness mode. In high mode, I can hear the fan in silent scenes, but it fades under normal volume. Heat management seems well balanced, and I haven't seen any throttling or weird behavior over longer movie nights. I also like that there are top control buttons so I can operate it quickly without the remote when I'm moving things around. For gaming, I tried a mix of titles. Over HDMI, casual games felt fine. Racing, platformers, adventure games were enjoyable. When I jumped into a fast shooter, I could feel some input delay. It's not designed for competitive play, and that's okay. If your primary goal is esports level responsiveness, I'd look at a projector or TV marketed specifically for ultra-low latency. For everything else, it's perfectly enjoyable. A quick word on mounting and size. It's a compact unit at about 11.81 by 9.84 by 3.35 inches, and light enough to move room to room. The mounting points on the bottom make ceiling or tripod setup straightforward. The 50 to 100% zoom helps you dial in the size of the image if your space doesn't let you place the projector exactly where you want. Zoom is digital, so I keep it as close to 100% as possible to preserve sharpness, but it's a very handy tool. One detail I wish came in the box is a carrying case. I move my gear around for outdoor nights, and a simple soft bag would make life easier. Not a deal breaker, just something to note if you're planning backyard use. From my experience, stability and reliability have been good. The interface is responsive, the apps load reliably, and Wi-Fi 6 keeps streams smooth on a solid connection. If you ever need help, the support info is clear, and the warranty coverage is generous, which adds peace of mind. I can't speak to multi-year longevity yet, but knowing there's a 2-year money-back promise, 3-year repair coverage, and lifetime technical support makes me more comfortable recommending it. Key features that keep me using it are simple. True plug-and-play setup with AF and Keystone, native apps that just work with Netflix and Prime Video, Wi-Fi 6 for smooth streaming, 2 HDMI ports with ARC and CEC, and surprisingly capable speakers with Dolby. In my opinion, that combination hits the sweet spot for home movie nights without a lot of extra boxes and cables. It's perfect for bedrooms, living rooms after sunset, and casual backyard screenings on a portable screen. If you want the cleanest experience, use the built-in apps or a solid HDMI streaming stick. Keep the room dim and let the auto features do their thing. I'd recommend this for anyone who wants the big screen vibe with minimal setup and fewer tech headaches. If your top priority is competitive gaming responsiveness, or you need punchy brightness in a sunlit room, this isn't the tool for that job. In conclusion, the WiMiUS P62 Pro nails convenience and everyday usability. The picture looks great in a dim space, it sounds better than expected, and the smart apps remove the usual streaming hassles. It's a practical, friendly projector that lets you focus on watching instead of tweaking. If that sounds like you, I think you'll be happy with it. If this video helped, please subscribe to the channel and drop your questions or thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching.